Hello viewers, this is Evelyn Obliva. Hi, welcome to my little greenhouse. I have here a little greenhouse which I actually put some tomatoes and some plants that are not ready to be exposed direct to the sun. Today I will be discussing all about, sorry for the sound, all about tomato suckers. Does any one of you who doesn't know about tomato suckers, or maybe if you know them, just like this, you just throw them after you take them out. Actually, you don't have to throw them. You can actually propagate tomato suckers and make them into a tomato plant. So today I will be showing you exactly how to do it. As you see here, a tomato sucker grows in between a leaf and a stem. They are the suckers. And these suckers should be taken out. It's because they will actually affect the growth of the fruits, the growth of the plant, because they take out a lot of nutrients and energy from your plant. So what you will do is you take out the tomato suckers like that. And yes, some people, a lot of people, they might just throw a tomato sucker like this, but actually you don't have to do it. You can propagate tomato suckers and then you get more tomato plant. So I will collect a lot of tomato suckers here that I missed. Normally I usually pick them up when they were just 1 centimeter long, but sometimes it's like you don't totally see them. So here is another one. I will take this. There, now I have 2 tomato suckers, and we'll look for more tomato suckers here. Somewhere there up I have. So as you see, it's a lot of fruits already. And to make your fruits grow better, they need a lot of energy and nutrients. And tomato suckers, they can actually, that is why they are called suckers, because they will suck a lot of energy from your plant. And it's not only about tomatoes, it can be like eggplant or aubergine or some other plants, cucumber. They always grow in between the stem and the leaf. So I think I don't have more tomato suckers here because, as what I said, I had actually taken them out just when they were still very small. So like this one I will show you. This one I had already taken it out. So now the tomatoes can actually grow more and concentrate on growing just the fruits. So what I will do with the tomato suckers is that I actually have here a plastic drinking thing. I will put them there because I cannot immediately plant them. So if you cannot immediately plant them, all you do is just put them in some kind of container with water, and you can plant them tomorrow, the next day, or after the next. You can even just leave them in a container with water, and they will even develop roots before you plant them. So I will be showing you how to do it, and then I have already some that are already growing and rooting, because one of the fruit vegetables that actually grow very fast are tomatoes. They actually root very fast, and they are very strong enough to, against sunlight, because when I planted these tomatoes, it was inside a house a very long time, and they were a little bit leggy, but then suddenly when you plant it in big containers, they are actually growing very well. These tomatoes can really grow like 10 meters high, and that is the reason why I have here inside a greenhouse. And it's because if I have them inside the greenhouse and the summer is gone, like September, they can still grow, they can still continue to ripen. And but of course I also have a lot of tomato that is being planted in the ground, on the ground there. I have kind of an area there where I plant them. But then by the month of September, October, they will suddenly, die, and it's because it's very cold already. When the summer is gone, then we will have the temperature goes down to, to 5 degrees Celsius, and that temperature tomatoes cannot take it. They cannot make it. They can only make it, it has to be like, at least 10 degrees Celsius, 10, 15 degrees Celsius outside temperature. And that temperature, they can survive. So as you look at this, they're already growing, they're still growing a lot more. So you see to it that you are taking all the suckers of your tomatoes so that the plant can focus on growing, and the fruits can focus on producing, and you can have very much more healthy fruits and bigger fruits. So I'll be taking more and look at it closely, because I know there are still some of these tomatoes that are growing. So as you see, I have actually transferred here some of my tomatoes, and they're just, they're just growing here, and I don't have time because, I'm working. As of now, I'm working 50%. And after the summer, I will be working 75%. And as you see, I have a tomato here that is actually growing in a very small container, and that has to be transferred so that it will grow bigger. So I have a lot of plants that I have to transplant, in big containers, and some of them I planted there outside. And it's just nice doing it, gardening, planting, propagation, all these kind of things are actually very therapeutic, and it actually helps. Sometimes it's just like you do things in the house, or it's a lot of things to be done, and it's just like you just go out, go to your garden, do something else with your plants, and it kind of release something from inside that really helps you to release the stress and all these things. And I can actually recommend it to people, especially you're a working person, you work, you have your family, you have things that you have to do. Sometimes you just have to leave them behind and just go to your plants, and they are really very therapeutic, and they will really help you. And I don't know if there are some people here, you just write your comments below. If you're someone who likes to smell the leaves of the tomato, because I really like it. I just like rub my hands or fingers and smell it, and I just like the smell of the tomato. And I'm a tomato lover too. When the tomatoes started to ripen, I don't actually harvest them and put them in my kitchen, but actually what I do is just I come here, I take one, I eat them like fruits, and they are very, very good vegetable fruit to eat. So that's what I do with my tomatoes. And as long as you water them, they are always thirsty. Tomatoes are very thirsty plants. As long as you water them, give them a little bit of, if you're doing some organic fertilizer. I am using organic fertilizer. And I think it's good because it's good for our environment. So it's just like that. And if you see here, I am even using a very big, when they did a construction of our house, we have a lot of these kind of black pails that are being used, and then I didn't throw them. I kept them, and I actually planted plants on them. So it's a lot of things you can do to contribute to maintain our environment more green, and that's one of it, recycling. So as you see here, I will see a very, very good example of sucker that just started to grow. They look like that. This is the stem, and this is the leaf. So what you do when they are still small, you just pinch them out and take them out, because they can really take a lot of energy from your plant. So instead that the plant will focus on growing, or instead that the fruits of the plant will already develop and be bigger, that the suckers will take those nutrients, and it will hinder your plant or the fruit of the plant to develop stronger, bigger, and better. So these are the tomato suckers that I have picked. And as what I said, if you don't have time to plant it immediately, then you can save it in a glass of water. And or if you have time, then you can just plant it immediately. So now I will show you how to plant it, and it's very easy. So as you see, suckers just look like that, okay? So I will be just putting them in this container with soil, and as you see, it is I just have to take out one leaf. It's just recycled Tetra Pak. So normally when it's like the summer is coming, I already start to save Tetra Pak. So as you see now, you have already a tomato plant. And you just put them, and here I had planted already a lot of them. So I got 6 tomato plants, and that is only from one big tomato plant, the suckers that grows there in the middle of, the stem and the leaf. So it's just like that. And I will show you after a week how it works. So after planting your suckers or tomato suckers in an individual container or a Tetra Pak or anything that you can recycle, be sure to put them somewhere else, anywhere else inside your house where no contact with sunlight at all. And it's because they are still kind of weak to resist for the sunlight. So normally I put them here. I have this I have this kind of a chair here, a little bench, and I put them there down because the other part of the house we have a lot of mirror glass walls. So this is a perfect place. You hide them that they cannot get any sunlight at all. And here I will show you 2 of them that I planted like 4 days ago, and as you see now they are very well okay. But I will let them stay in this side where there is no sunlight at all for like 4 more days, and after that I can transfer them somewhere else where they can get more sunlight. And one important thing, just don't forget to water them. Tomatoes are very tolerant even when they get very dry, and then they don't die immediately. You just water them again and they will immediately be revived. So as you see, it's very successful. It's very easy. It's one of these fruit vegetables that are very easy to propagate and very easy to take care of. You don't have to do a lot of things on them, and they just grow very well. So as you see, they look very, so using tomato suckers as propagation is actually faster than growing them using seeds. So if you are wise enough, you can actually grow 1 to 2 tomatoes like during winter or during spring, and then when the summer comes, let the suckers grow. And when the summer comes, or when it's already warm outside, then collect the suckers and plant them. And when the warmer it gets, they will actually develop a lot more of suckers. So you can let the suckers grow up to 5 centimeters, collect them and plant them. So as you see here, I have already a total of 8 tomato plants that is from suckers, and I really hope that this video can help. And if any one of you who wants to to have a lot more information about gardening, air layering and all this stuff, Subscribe to my channel so you can be notified every time I will upload new videos all about planting techniques, tips, and so on. So if you're not my subscriber yet, don't hesitate to click the red subscribe button there, and see you again next time on my next interesting content. This is Evelyn Obliva Buhay saying bye-bye.